U'alektecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha uvkumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha, Leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, Vitem kedoshim l'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please turn to page 157 at the bottom. We can read responsibly. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Page 158. Mi hamocha ma'eli madonai, mi hamocha nedar b'kodesh, no rata hilos o seifele, no rata hilos o seifele, malchutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei yam, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze lianu v'yamaru. Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch, leolam va'ed. V'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad v'chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Please turn to page 160. And even though I think it's not in the handout, we're going to do Hashkivenu, kind of the traditional way that we've done it here. So hopefully you know it. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. O Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right. Amen. 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 Please turn to page 162. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Veini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat. Lasot et hashabat ledoratam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat. Lasot et hashabat ledoratam berit olam. Please rise and turn to page 104. Say Adonai Elohim, Me'am Yisrael, Please turn to page 178. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. B'tov be'einecha livarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. So I'm very hot up here, as you can probably tell. Can you give me a towel? Of course, thanks. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about this week's Torah portion. This week's Parsha is called Re'eh, and it covers a lot of ground. It is a continuation of Moses's grand speech to the Israelite people who are on the precipice of entering the promised land from Jordan. And today we look at the segment of it that opens with a very bold promise. Re'eh, anochi noten lefanecha hayom, baracha uklala, which means, look, I place before you today a blessing and a curse. So in short, you get blessings if you listen to God and follow his laws, and curses if you don't. Moses describes a ritual that the people are supposed to do that involves standing atop two mountains and proclaiming these blessings and curses. The Torah doesn't go into too much detail right now about that procedure, but it will come up again later. And when it does, Moses sort of fills in the blanks. So I guess come back on September 1st for Parshat Ki Tavo to learn more. Moses then dives into a description of a range of different laws, examples of the kinds of laws that we need to obey in order to receive blessings and not curses. The first set of laws has to do with distancing ourselves from idolatry. When we enter the promised land, we are supposed to destroy all the vestiges of idolatry that the original inhabitants leave behind. We are also supposed to make sure that Our worship of God looks different from the way that the idolaters serve their gods. An example is restrictions on establishing sacrificial altars all over the place in favor of a single and central place for such sacrifices, which is called the Beit HaMikdash, or the temple. Another example is not being allowed to consume the blood of an animal. Moses then continues to detail other laws that are meant to distance us as Jews from Avodah Zarah, which literally means strange service, but we probably know it better known as idol worship. God gives us a don't do list, like don't engage in child sacrifice, don't try to convince others to serve idols, and don't listen to the words of a prophet who encourages you to serve idols. When you read these laws, you may find yourself wondering something. The way that Moses describes idolatry makes it sound like it's something that's really tempting, something that we would have a very strong inclination to want to do. And therefore, we need all of these laws to stop us from doing it. But is that how you personally relate to idolatry? If you pass by an idol on the street, would you become like overwhelmed with the urge to bow down to it and to run away from God and to start serving multiple false gods? So next is a recap of dietary restrictions about which animals we can and can't eat, how to tell them apart, like cloven versus non-cloven hooves, or how to cook them. And these are called the laws of kashrut, or proper food. Food that adheres to these laws are called kosher. Kosher is probably among the most well-known aspects of contemporary Jewish practice. Many people who know very little about Judaism are familiar with the idea that most Jews avoid eating pork due to religious reasons. Avoiding pork isn't the only kosher law, but it's very, very well known. Even in my line of work, as a software developer, non-Jewish colleagues use that word, kosher, to describe something that is good and without flaws. And actually it happened today. Someone on a meeting this morning said something along the lines of this. Let's run this design by the security team to make sure everything is kosher. I hear that a lot, and lots of everyday aspects as well. And it doesn't refer to food, it refers to just something being right. But what is the purpose of these divine dietary restrictions? Is it a matter of separating us from the other nations, like the other laws in this parsha? Or is it for some unknown reasons so we can just follow God's laws? The next part of the parsha details laws that have to do with agriculture, not the most exciting, but one of them is called the law of Shemitah, which requires that we let the land rest every 7th year. So the land has its own Shabbat, and that we return debts and free slaves. It describes how we are supposed to go about releasing our slaves in this 7th year, which is an issue I'm pretty sure we can't personally relate to, but we're meant to send them out with gifts. And if they refuse to go, we're supposed to pierce their ears as a symbol that they are to remain a slave for life. The parsha ends with a recap of the joyous days of the Shalosh Regalim, the 3 festivals on which Jews come to the temple to celebrate 3 festivals, Pesach and Shavuot in the spring, and the fall festival of Sukkot. As you can see, Parshat Re'eh covers a lot of territory as a reminder of the laws that the Israelites should follow when they enter the promised land. Sometimes these laws result in more questions than answers, but I believe that their role is to separate our practices from those of other nations. Shabbat Shalom. Is there anyone who would like to read announcements? Anyone? Or I could do it. So first, I want to thank Elliot and Ria Adler for sponsoring tonight's Oneg. Looking forward to that. Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Zoom. And join us back here next week at 6 o'clock for our welcome back potluck, followed by a service led by Rabbi Nancy. Please visit the CBS website to RSVP and to see what to bring to the potluck. I believe it's actually on the handout as well. It has alphabetical last name, what to bring. We're having a party, a cabbage rolling party on Saturday, August 19th at 9 a.m. here at the CBS kitchen. Please join us. We're very excited about it. Sunday, August 20th, from 3 to 4:30 p.m. is an in-person here at Congregation Beth Shalom is California Reparations Redressing the Atrocities of American Slavery. This is a special opportunity for members of the Sacramento area Jewish community to learn about California's efforts to offer remedies to address the harm and suffering that California's descendants from enslaved Africans have uniquely endured and continue to experience in every facet of life. The California Reparations Task Force's final report has just been completed as of July of this year, and the recommendations are expected to be the basis of upcoming legislation. This is co-hosted by Sacramento's Jewish Community Relations Council, the JCRC, and Congregation Beth Shalom. Flyers can be found in the foyer. Guess what's on Sunday, September 10th? Anyone know? Yes. It's our annual food fair. We are now accepting orders. Visit the website to place your orders, and please sign up to volunteer for any of the many volunteer opportunities. The deadline to place your order is quickly approaching on Sunday, August 27th. So please get your order in. If you have any questions, reach out to our food fair chairs at, well, if you remember this, foodfair@cbshalom.org. Yeah.
If any of you are on social media, we really appreciate it if you will share the information that we put on CBS Facebook page and on Instagram. There's a couple of different flyers on there. One of them has a QR code for those who need that are still using that QR code and having to take you to the website. And then there's the website and there's clickable links on there. So if you guys need to find and do that on your social media pages, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Slack or whatever it is that you may have to have, please do so.
Thanks, Rick. Our registration for the 2023-24 Neshama calendar is up and ready to go. To sign up your kids for another amazing year with Neshama, visit our website to register, and if you have any questions, you can ask there. The Raise the Roof campaign, our year-long campaign, is off to a great start. If you have not yet donated, please consider visiting our homepage and making a donation to help reach our goal of $50,000 for our roof and restoration projects. All donations will be matched by a generous anonymous donor. So next year, May 6th through the 16th, 2024, is the CBS Israel trip. You can join Rabbi Nancy and your CBS community for a great adventure. Flyers can be found in the foyer as well. And that's it, unless anyone else has any announcements they'd like to add. No? Oh. Please turn to page 371. Misha Berbach. So for Misha Berach, we're thinking about the following: Penny Clark, Janice Schulman, Sandy Lewin, Faith Gobedy, Meredith Rosenberg, Carol Wismiller, Jeremy Stanky, Sandra Alpert, Bill Roselle, Mark Snyder, Celia Kessler, Deborah Marcus, Sarah Durand, June San Greget, Eliza Kaplan, Monte Wagner, Charles Pickett, Bruce King, Ruben Hess, and Alan Schneider. Is there anyone else who would like to?
Sarah Ostlin, Tammy Salcido, and Sasha Spear.
Please join me on page 371. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirits, and let us say, Amen. Please rise and turn to page 586. Ushamo, Ushamo Echad. Please turn to page 598. When we think of our loved ones who are no longer with us, those who have died recently, last 11 months. Carlos Garcia, Elaine Kaplow, Judah Rosen, Laura Sender Lawrence, Ann Ball, Maxine Jacobson, Wendy Phoenix, Stanley Mendelson, John Rice, Louisette Brown, William Joseph Loza, Marion Blumberg, Ronald Davis, Gary Malkin, Stanley Carter, Jean Beeman, Noga Panini, and Matt Drake. We remember on this day the art sites of Lynn Andrews, Dolores Burbach, Cynthia Blank, Elizabeth Cantor, William Capitman, Harry Eisner, Sherry Frink, Natalie Jennis, Mary Jane Gordon, Dorothy Gould, Sandra Halpert, Etta Marcus, Beverly Myers, Edmund Michelle, Adrian Minkin, Erwin S. Rosenfeld, Jerry Ross, Ilana Stein, Morris Chill Spielberg, Don Tillman, David Weisbein, and Meyer Weissman. Are there any others observing yard sites or recent deaths?
Martina Spieler. All those who know.
You rise all together on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'alma di varach hirute v'yamli malchute v'chayehon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael v'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimaru. Amen. Yehe shemei rabbah mavorach la'alam v'almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudashah b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata ta'amiran v'alma v'yimaru. Amen. Yehe shalama rabba amin shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen. You may be seated. And so tonight we will conclude on page 647 with Oseh Shalom. See if I could, there's so many versions of Oseh Shalom that we've done in the band that I've learned. So whenever I try to remember like the most traditional ones I learned as a kid, I always end up with starting off with a different one. So I gotta, Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.